guys, it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday to everybody. So today I'm excited to share with you a rehaul video. I've seen a few other YouTubers do this type of video, and basically what I'm going to do is link a video down below from a haul that I did back on, what was the date? I think it was like January 3rd, 2014. So it was over a year ago now, and I really find these types of videos interesting to watch because I'm always curious about what people actually end up keeping from their hauls, what they return, what they ultimately used, or what they just kind of shoved into the back of the drawer, basically never to be seen again. So I'm going to share this rehaul with you guys, and luckily a lot of my older hauls don't contain like a ton of products, so it's going to be good for me to be able to like go a little bit more in depth without making the videos super long. So without further ado, let me just kind of jump into it. So I have the list of the products mentioned in the video, and the video is linked down below if you want to go check out the original. Warning, this was about 3 weeks after my mommy makeover surgery, and I looked a little bit rough. I should probably not have been making beauty videos at that point. I was not looking all that hot. So fair warning there. Anyway, so the first thing that I showed in that haul was the CoverGirl Jumbo Gloss Balm number 270. And this was actually something that I had seen Tati from the Glam Life Guru talking about. And I remember the first time I put it on, I thought it was good, you know, not great, not like bad, just kind of like, meh, you know, it's a gloss balm. At the time, a bunch of these like gloss balms were starting to come out. And I have to say that I don't have this thing in my collection anymore. I got rid of it the last time that I did a clean out. I showed it in that clean out video. As I used it a little bit more, I found that it was just, I didn't like the consistency of it. I find a lot of the CoverGirl lip products to be a little bit more slick than I like them to be. You guys know that I did not care for the new CoverGirl lipsticks that they just recently released. I can't remember the names of them. I did a hot or not. I will link it down below. But I just, the lip gloss, lip balm, it just felt greasy and a little bit gritty. It did have a little bit of shimmer in it, and the more that I used it, the more that shimmer kind of started to come through in the balm, and I just didn't like that feeling on my lips. Oh, sorry. We were doing our back deck, and the guy who's framing it is just showing up right now, so I'm gonna go check in with him. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Should be good to go now. Okay, so that lip balm went away. I don't know. CoverGirl lip products, I think I've discovered, are just not for me, with the exception of my CoverGirl lip slicks in Demure. I've always loved this, so yeah. Okay, the Essence Metal Glam Highlighter. I have shown this so many times. This has really ended up being one of my favorite all-time like highlighters, and I think I paid $3.99 for it. This is in the color Gold Digger. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is really truly one of the prettiest highlighting powders that I have ever used. It's so soft, it's extremely creamy. The consistency, the texture, the way that it applies, the length of wear, like it really is a beautiful highlighting powder. And Essence comes out with a ton of different collections throughout the year, and I gotta say that some of the collections have really great highlighters in them, like this one, and some of them are much more chalky, much more powdery, and not as creamy as this guy was. This really does have a creamy feel to it. It's not powdery in the slightest, and I'm actually sad that I didn't grab a couple of these just to have one as like a backup, but really truly it's gonna take me another few years to get through this bad boy. So this was a huge hit, and so glad that I have this. The third thing that I picked up was, so this is where we start getting into the Sephora stuff, the Josie Maran Argan Oil Matchmaker Make Me a Match set. They don't have this anymore, but it basically contained a full size of the Josie Maran Argan Oil in Light. It had a foundation product. It had a powder foundation, and then it also had one of like the cheek gelays in it. I ended up returning that not long after like trying it on my face. The liquid foundation in it was just like an oil slick, and then the powder foundation just wasn't all that great either. I am a little bit of a powder foundation connoisseur because that is basically all that I wear on a daily basis. I'm extremely oily. I can't do liquid foundation. I know that there are a lot of people out there who manage to make liquid foundation work for them when they have oily skin. For me, it has just never worked for the most part. The Hourglass Immaculate foundation is the only one that has really worked so far. I've had that in sample form, but it's kind of a big investment, and I just don't think I would wear it enough to be able to justify it. Because most days, I love my powder foundation. It's quick, it's easy, it's good to go. So anyway, I did return that. It just did not work for me. I didn't like the cheek gelée. I am a powder, blush powder kind of person as well. I don't like cream blushes. I don't like gel blushes. So it was a good deal for the entire set. I want to say it was somewhere around $70. And I figured if the powder foundation worked for me and if the oil worked for me, that was going to be worth the entire set. And if the other two things didn't work, I could pass them along. But really, I didn't like the powder foundation enough, and I can get the full size of the oil for like $49. So it just ended up not being the best deal, and I returned it. Then I also picked up the LORAC Mint Edition palette. And I still have this, and I really enjoy it, and I'm going to be pulling this out over the next few weeks. I have used this a decent amount. I was really interested in this palette, mostly for this particular mint color right here. I also love the blush. LORAC makes beautiful blushes, and she makes beautiful highlighters as well. There's 4 mattes and 4 shimmers in this palette. Some great neutrals mixed in there. So this is a great springtime and summertime palette for me. So I'm glad that I have it. Never even thought about returning it, and I still love this in my collection. So still have it, and I'm sad they no longer sell LORAC at Sephora because Sephora is a lot more convenient for me than Ulta's in my area. I have some Ulta's around me, but they're just more of a drive. Like, and a lot of times, like, I don't want to drive all the way to an Ulta because it's like a 20-30 minute drive, like with traffic and stuff. Whereas there's like 2 Sephora's within like 5 miles of my house. So I can get to those literally in 5 minutes. So, bummer, but I don't know. I don't know why they ever discontinued carrying LORAC, but whatever. I do think that they sell LORAC now also at Kohl's, but the Kohl's that is near my house, it doesn't have like the high-end makeup in it. And that's the only Kohl's within like a huge radius of my house. So anyway, there's that. I know I can also get it online at Kohl's, and I know I can get it online at Ulta, but I prefer to buy things in store. So the third Sephora item was the Smashbox Wonder Vision set, and they had 2 different color choices. I chose the one that had the like pinky taupey type colors in it, and it came with a full exposure mascara, which I've since gotten rid of. I never even really used that mascara. It just was not good. The brush was really big, and like the bristles were kind of far apart. It was a natural bristle brush. It just made my lashes spidery. It didn't like, I prefer volume, not length. If I can get some length too, that's great. But like really, if I have to choose between the two, I want volume over length. And that gave me more length versus volume. So it's not really my thing. This, I'm embarrassed to say, I've only swatched since purchasing this entire kit. By the way, it also came with this eyeliner, which I think I have used in a beauty basket once or twice. It's black. It's the Limitless eyeliner. It's good. It's a good eyeliner, but I don't know. I don't wear black as much anymore because I feel like that's a lot more harsh. I wear a dark brown. I just feel like it's a little bit more flattering for every day, but I'm glad that I have this, and it is a good liner. I would never purchase it just on its own, but you know, it's nice to have in my collection, and I sanitize it, you know, every time that I go through and sanitize my makeup. I do that at least once a year where I go through and like everything gets wiped down and sprayed and, you know, then put away again. But so good to have, but don't love it. Now this, I'm disappointed in myself for not using it all because they are really nice shadows. If you can see the colors there, so there's a ballet pink, a taupe, a purple shimmer, a slate, a plum, and a pink shell color. And I do believe that these are the Photo Op eyeshadows, so they're nice. They're, you know, here's a couple swatches here. Swatching it again. The shimmery ones are a little bit of like a chunky shimmer, so not great, but I do need to pull this one out so that I can use it. I like the colors. I feel like they're good springtime colors. They're good neutrals. So I need to pull this one out. I think it's just one of those situations where I have so much makeup that I just never even like thought about this. And I do need to think about it because it is a great set. So out of that set, really the only bummer was the mascara, but that's pretty typical. Whenever there's a mascara in a set, like a high-end makeup set, I usually don't end up liking it. So anyway, so that is the rehaul. I really think it's kind of interesting to see what I kept, what I returned, and what I ended up giving away. So one item got trashed, one item got returned, and then the other one I still have. Let's just see what she's stressing out about right now. Stella has a lot of stress in her life. I'm in here.
Mom, my egg cracked. My egg.
Your egg cracked.
Please clean it up for me. Please clean it up for me. Please.
Did you go in the fridge and take out an egg?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
It cracked.
Did you think it was a hard-boiled egg?
Yeah, I cracked it.
Where did you crack it at?
Right on the floor.
Right on the floor? Oh, jeez. So you made a mess.
Yeah.
Are you sorry? Okay. Looks like I have an egg to go clean up. At least she owned up to it, right? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these videos and if you're interested in me continuing to update you on the products that I purchased. I certainly have a fair amount of hauls, so there's a lot of stuff I can go back on. Let me know down below and subscribe if you're new, and Stella and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys.